So today I'm going to be filming probably a really long video about everything going on in the world right now, because if you're kind of consistent on my channel, you would have seen I haven't posted in 3 weeks. So it's almost a month, and I apologize. And I know all of my videos start off with me apologizing for not uploading, but senior year, I'm a senior in high school, it is crazy. I have something to do like every single day, but right now I have some time to film, but my camera only has 16 minutes left and it's kind of sort of dying, so I'm gonna just try to go through everything that I can right now. I love talking about issues going on in the world, and I haven't spoken about this in like so long. As you all know, like my taco talks are really controversial because I love like controversial things, speaking my opinion. I just wanted to go over like a really long list of everything that's been going on. I probably should like write down my thoughts and stuff, but I'd rather just let it kind of flow naturally. So I did film a video about like the March for Our Lives and the Stephen King thing, but then as I kind of looked more into it, I had some different opinions than I had the first time, so I didn't want to upload that video knowing that my opinions had changed. So the first thing I'll go over is the March for Our Lives. Some of my opinions are still kind of the same on that, but I watched the little girl speak, Naomi. She was saying how she was speaking for all the black girls that don't make it on the headlines and the girls of color that don't make it when they're like interviewing people. And I really like that she talked about that, because that was the main reason I was kind of like iffy on March for Our Lives. I feel like the only reason they started like doing the gun control and stuff is because non-people of color kids that are dying. That's why I feel like it's been like a, oh, we need to do gun control. Their lives do matter. I'm a student. I do online school, but I still feel like schools should be somewhere safe. You shouldn't have to worry about getting killed when going to school. But at the same time, black kids have to worry about getting killed in school, and then when they go outside of school, they could get killed by the police. They could get killed by someone thinking they're a threat for wearing a hoodie. Holding a cell phone in your backyard, you can be seen as a threat. So that's why I was kind of iffy about the whole situation. I'm all for making schools safe and making sure kids don't feel like they're gonna get killed at school, but I'm also like, as a black American, I'm not trying to like sugarcoat school shootings at all. I don't think those should be going on at all. I think there should be something done about those, but I also feel like something should be done about the underlying racism that is in the school shootings too. And also with school shootings and something being done about them, I don't think just gun control will help it, because it's also the whole thing with, like I said, I do online school, but I did go to public school for the majority of my life. And the thing is, they were saying at that school, people had been telling administration that that kid may be someone to do that in the future, and they ended up being right. So my thing is, if these administrators are getting these like hints or leads that these people are capable of doing these things, I think they should listen to the students. Because personally, I told my old school when I was attending that one kid was being very racist and disrespectful and everything, and then years later he ended up sexually assaulting someone on school campus. So that's what I mean. They need to listen to these students instead of just brushing it under the rug. So that's what I mean by something should be done, because people just want to like, oh, it's mental illness, and that gives mental illness a bad name, because school shooting, I don't think that's mental illness. I think that's just people wanting to hurt other people. That's my opinion in 2 cents. And also I was saying the underlying racism, because the thing is, all of these people that have committed these mass shootings, they walk out alive if they didn't kill themselves. But then it's people that forget to do one simple thing, or even try to get their freaking license out, and they can't even walk away from the situation. So that's what makes me so mad about that. So yeah, all of the students are affected by what's going on in these schools and the school shootings, so why not try to include everyone that's being affected by these? Like, I know you can't interview every single individual student, but you know, like, if it's some color in the school, include the color in the news, okay? That's all I'm saying. When I was looking on the March for Our Lives, like at all the marches and stuff, I saw some celebrities and they were like posting about it like it was like a festival. and they were just like, woohoo, March for Our Lives, got our hoodies on, all this stuff. And I was like, that's not how it should be at all. Children and teachers and all these adults lost their lives. Like, do people not realize that these marches, they're not for like woohoo concerts, blah blah blah. Like, people lost their lives. That's why I was like upset about like the marches, and I was gonna go to one near me, but then I was like really thinking about it, and I talked to Stephanie, which is my sister. She was home then. She's back in school now. She was on spring break then. I was talking to her, and I was really thinking about it, and I was like, these people are literally taking this like, woohoo, this is the time for like concerts, we can wear our March for Our Lives shirts, all this stuff. And I'm like, do they not realize they're marching because people lost their lives? Like, they were in school and they didn't make it home. Like, do people not realize like it's not like a woohoo, this is like fun? Like, no, people died, they were killed. And I think that's what we need. Like, people, I guess they're not realizing it or not comprehending or caring, because like once they go home and like have had their little concerts and stuff at the marches, these people's parents and siblings and grandparents and everything are mourning the loss of their children or whoever they may be. Because I know people are like, that was a brother, a sister, a daughter, a son. I'm like, it's just the fact that they're people. Yes, they're daughters, sons, all this stuff, but the thing is, there are people that lost their lives going to school, driving home. Black people that have been killed unjustly, put that in their minds that these people did not make it back home. These people are gone. People just make it like a hashtag and like, oh, go on with their lives. But I'm like, do people not realize, like, especially like black people, we live in fear because we don't know if we're gonna make it home or not. And people are like, well, you've never like lived in the hood and blah blah blah. And I'm like, but I don't have to live in the hood to know that people shouldn't be killed unjustly. I don't have to be in that situation to know that it's wrong. You don't have to have cancer to know cancer is bad. So that's why I'm like, I don't understand why people try to use that excuse. So that was my first thing, the Stephen King thing, when he got killed for holding a cell phone in his grandma's backyard. That was another thing that like I felt a certain way at first, and now that things have come out about him, I'm like, I feel kind of a different way now. So if you don't know what happened, like I said, he was killed when he was holding a cell phone in his grandma's backyard. And I think they shot him like, I know they hit him like 8 times, but I think they shot at him like 20 times. So that is excessive. Why do you have to shoot someone 20 times, and why you only hit them 8 times? That's all a big what? A what? The thing with him was people were like, oh, another black man got shot, and like, yes, another black man did get shot, but apparently his children's mom didn't like black people or black women, and neither did he. So these tweets came out like about the things he has said about black women, the things she has said about black women. So I was like, oh. And like, he also didn't care about victims of police brutality. So I was like, oh, okay, that's very interesting. I'm not saying he should have been shot, but I'm just like, oh, that's how you feel. That's how you really feel. Okay. That's all I'll say about that. I'm just saying we need to put our energy more into the Sandra Bland type people, the Tamir Rice, the Trayvon Martin, the people that actually cared about black people. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying if we're going to march, I want to be marching for people that actually cared about their people. So that's all I'll say about that one. And then lastly, I wanted to talk about Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar, because, or actually I want to talk about Coachella too, because I personally do not like Coachella, and people that support Coachella, I'm like, what are you doing? If you don't know about Coachella, I'll like put all the different information, and I'll also link it down below. And you can always use Google, it's free on your smartphone, to look up the owner of Coachella and how he donates money to anti-LGBTQ plus organizations, anti-abortion organizations. So I'm just saying, if you want to give your money to someone like that, I don't know how I feel about that. Coachella has always been cultural appropriation and sexualizing women of color. I used to be like, oh, I want to go to Coachella and blah blah, but now I'm like, I don't feel that way anymore. Like, I would rather go to like Afro Punk or anything, because there are so many other festivals that are actually good and give to good causes. So I don't know why people are like, well, just let us have fun. Like, no, you can have fun other places. White people are out there wearing dashikis, people are wearing bindis, appropriating and sexualizing Indian women, black women, Hispanic women, Latina women, all this stuff. So I'm like, if you support that, what? And then like the owner, like I said, like it's LGBTQ plus people at Coachella, and I'm like, do y'all not realize where your money is going? Is going to a man that thinks you're going against God or like sinning against God. So I don't know how you can be cool with that, even if it's because you want to see your favorite artist. I'm just like, I don't know about that. For example, I love like Kali Uchis and Tyler the Creator, and she performed, which was really good exposure for her. But I'm like, I saw her in Atlanta. It was just her concert. I was in like kind of close to the front row, so like I made eye contact with her, and I was like, oh my goodness. And also I saw Tyler the Creator live. I saw him in Atlanta too. That was the best night ever. I'll link all my concert videos or link them above. So just saying, if you want to see your favorite artist, you can probably see them. And then like, since Coachella is like $400 or whatever, I'm pretty sure you can go to one of their concerts. Like, especially if you live in California, there are always concerts going on, so you don't have to go to Coachella. Just my opinion. So, but like I was saying, Beyonce performed. Is it Beychella or Beychella? She was amazing. Like, I watched the performance because if you don't know, I'm the communications director of the Instagram Your Girl for Good. So go follow that. I post a lot, and like, I always put my name whenever I post. I posted about that, and I watched her performance. She incorporated so many like HBCU cultures, and she like talked about Malcolm X. She brought out Solange. She was the first black woman to headline Coachella, so that's really amazing. I didn't really want her to be there because Coachella is so problematic, but I'm glad that she did that, and she's giving $100,000 to 4 different HBCUs, which I'm like, Beyonce, I know you had more money to give to them. That's only $25,000 per school, and I know she makes a lot more than that, but I'm like, it's good that she's at least giving some. I'm really just disappointed in all of the people that went to Coachella, like Rowan Blanchard. I was like, Rowan, we were all rooting for you. I was rooting for you. Why are you at Coachella? Why are you there? And people are like, well, maybe she just went to see Beyonce. I'm like, but still, Rowan, why did you go? Why are these people? But I had so much hope in these people. Kali Uchis, I thought she was better than that, but I know she was just probably trying to get some advertisement. My camera only has like 1 minute left. I want to talk about Kendrick Lamar winning the Pulitzer Award, because usually only like classical and jazz music wins that, but Kendrick came through and won. I posted on my Instagram, I was saying how like in 2016 Beyonce performed at the halftime show and Kendrick performed at the Grammys. I'm like, now look at them again. They are snatching edges again. They are coming through again for the black community. Inspire us. Yes. So that's how I wanted to end this video, with some black excellence, some black girl magic. I also forgot to mention these 2 events that are going on in the world, or in America I should say. The first thing was like Trump talking about Syria and all that stuff, and people were talking about starting World War III. I'm not too familiar on what exactly is going on, so I didn't want to speak too much on that and say the wrong information or anything. So I'll do my own personal research more about what's going on, so I can be more educated on that, which I think some people should do, instead of just asking people what's going on. Do your own research and find out what's going on, because you should be able to do that. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about was when the 2 guys in Starbucks got profiled because they were sitting there for like 2 minutes. Someone called 911 that 2 black men were sitting in Starbucks and hadn't bought anything, but they were actually just waiting for a customer or something to arrive. So it's not like they were just sitting there loitering, and plus loitering would be like 10 minutes, not 2 minutes. The manager or somebody called 911 or called the police, and they were taken out in handcuffs. I couldn't believe that. I'm like, really? They were arrested for sitting there for 2 minutes? Now Starbucks, they're May 29th, I think it is, they're shutting down like a bunch of stores so they can just go over racism and not to stereotype customers, like with a bunch of the employees. And a lot of people are saying we shouldn't blame the company, but instead that person in general, in which I understand that. Don't blame the company as a whole because of one individual, but who knows if other individuals in that company feel that same way, because that will weed out who really is for equality and who's actually low-key racist. I don't know, people are just trying to like be like, oh well, it's not Starbucks as a company, and like, I understand that, and I think Starbucks does have good values, but still it's like you need to be held accountable for your employees. So I like that they're doing that, but at the same time I'm like, it shouldn't have happened in the first place, because it's 2018. We should be beyond racism and stereotyping people. And another thing, I actually went to Goodwill earlier today, and I talked about this on my Insta story at Sterls Tacos if you want to follow me. I've been to this Goodwill like 50 million times. Like literally, I've been going there for years and years and years and years. And this lady, like I've been there, like she's seen me like tons of times because like I said, I've been there for so long. I go there like every week. And she just kept following me around the store, and I'm like, it's Goodwill. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm better than this and that, because like literally all of my clothes, or like most of my clothes are thrifted because I go there so much. But I'm like, why is she literally following me around the store? And then when I was standing in one of the aisles like looking through clothes and stuff, because I was on the phone with my mom because I get to be part of something really exciting. So I was on the phone with my mom and the lady that's like organizing it and everything. So I was like on the phone, and I had a few like pieces of clothing, and I had it like under my arm because I was on my phone, and then I was using my left hand to look through the clothes and stuff. And I guess she thought I was trying to like hide clothes or something, and I'm like, it's Goodwill, it's Dollar Day. Like that's the only reason I even went there, because it was Dollar Day. So I'm like, lady, don't follow me around. Like that's what I'm saying. I guess people just don't realize like racism is still alive and well, and black people still experience it, because people are messaging me like, oh my gosh, like I can't believe that happened. I'm like, this happens like a lot. Do people think black people just are saying stuff just to say it? Like, no, we get stereotyped being in stores, we get followed around, we get these weird looks, these crazy looks, like we're stealing stuff all the time. We're not just making this stuff up for attention. This stuff is happening and we want it to stop. So I don't know why that's like so hard for people to grasp. Like, yes, racism is still around, stereotyping is still around. It's not blatant like colored and white above water fountains anymore, but obviously there's still some kind of like mentality, the whole superiority mentality and everything like that. So I wish people would understand black people aren't just making this stuff up for attention or not getting over slavery. It's because this stuff is still happening every day. That was really long. I wish I could have mentioned this in my video, but like I said, my camera was dying and everything, and I just remembered this as I was editing it, so I'll just put this like in the end, and I'll try to make some little fun screen to look at while I'm talking, but okay. That's just kind of like an update how I feel about everything. I'll try to film Taco Talks more often. I may be gone all of July if I get accepted into a program at my future home, my college that I'm going to this fall. My camera is like flashing at me. So I hope y'all enjoy this video. Have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!